Good morning, FOR 242. It's time to talk about the Parcels layer, available from the Maine GeoLibrary. Click here, and under Data, GeoLibrary Data Catalog, and I'm going to do a Control F for Parcels, and search down here. And we have Maine parcels for organized towns and the unorganized territory. These are not completely comprehensive, but they're pretty close for most places. But it's important to understand that these are parcels designed for tax assessment, nothing else. But they are often used as the basis for property boundaries and outlines for forestry maps and other things. So let's download one and see what it looks like. So I'm going to select from these two layers, see we have this little slidey slide here, the organized towns, the top one. And then I'm going to download here the shapefile. So that's not a small file. It took a couple of minutes to download, but here we are. And just like everything else, we have to extract all. And I'm going to send that into my C drive discard folder because I already have a copy of this. So I'm just going to place that there, select that folder, and show the extracted files when complete. Now I've got QGIS open there, and that's just what I was working on last. Don't mind that. And then we have the Maine Parcels Organized Towns.shp that I can drag and drop into here. And I can double click on this and make it into a simple fill with no brush and a stroke color of, let's go with a nice bright yellow, make that a touch thicker, and we can do a little brighter yellow than that. Let's see, there we go, that looks good. Okay. So here we have a bit of an issue with this parcels layer. That's my house. This is my property, but there's nothing in the layer to show that. The layer is, however, on the Fort Kent tax map. So if I Google Fort Kent tax maps, I get a link to that, and I have to first look at the tax map overview to show me where in the world I should be looking. And I'm on map number 4, so then I can go back here to map number 4. And let's see, we're going to want to turn that around 3 times. Now we're upright. And now we can zoom over here and look for where I live. So that's up there, there's Pascal, there's Neil and Kirsten Thompson with the book and page numbers of our deed. Lot 38B. So 39A is there, 39 is not, and 38B is not. So we have this one, but not that one and that one. So we would have to reconstruct those or digitize, georeference that tax map. If we turn on the Google Earth imagery, we can also see that this boundary line is off. The boundary is in fact here, not running right through my chicken coop. And the other parcel boundary is exactly there. This is a pretty decent image. You can see new roof, lilacs planted here, fruit trees here, chicken coop here, 2 rows of apples here, and my sugar bush here. Pascal's new road here. And that's pretty typical. So you see this little lot here cutting right through that house. Of course their property line doesn't cut through their house, or we certainly hope it doesn't, but that's just an artifact of the georeferencing of that tax map, which was made for assessment, to show a property assessor where one property begins and the other ends. It was not made for this use, but it is a sometimes useful reference. So looking around here, oh, what else do we have? So here, got to wonder if that is the property line recognized in use, and if that parcel actually belongs to that house and this whole thing is skewed. Let's see how far. We want measure line, we want feet. If this whole thing is skewed by that distance here, over 100 feet. So of course you would have a license survey figure out where the actual boundaries of your deed are, and sometimes these tax maps turn out to be dead on. But just as often as not, you end up with a situation like this, where none of this reflects the actual recognized location of these properties on the ground. This one here, I'm betting the actual recognized property line is exactly as you see it here and here, and that road is of course here. So bottom line, it's a sometimes useful data layer that ought not to be used beyond its capacity. One thing you can use it for is to figure out the tax map that a parcel is on, so that's map 5. Parcel 40. That means we can go to our tax maps and look for parcel number 40 on map number 5. So I'm scrolling down here, look for number 40. So there's parcel number 40 on map number 5, and in 2019 that's who owned it, and that is the book and page of their deed.